The Tale of the Tape, brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports.
Pineda more experienced, but Emmanuel Sanchez on a streak in Bellator.
Well, a couple of high-profile split decision wins. Our night begins with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. As tonight, Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA live on Spike from the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. For you, Robbie, we begin the night with 3 5-minute rounds brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports. And now, introducing first the blue corner. At 5'7", weighing in 148.2 pounds, his professional record, 21 wins, 11 defeats, fighting out of Houston, Texas, introducing Daniel "The Pin" Pineda. And across the cage, his adversary, fighting out of the red corner, at 5'9", weighing in 149.2 pounds. As a professional, he brings 12 victories, just 2 defeats. He fights out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, introducing Emmanuel El Matador Sanchez. In charge of the action, your referee, Jacob Montalvo.
Joe, you good?
These two have one common opponent, the American kid, Justin Lawrence.
Hey, fighter, you ready?
Emmanuel Sanchez beat him by split decision. Emmanuel Pineda subbed him in the first round. Fight Clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Cheers, it's Miller time. You said it many times, Jimmy. Emmanuel Sanchez and Daniel Pineda, for that matter, they have one direction. It's forward.
Sanchez talked about wanting to fight a more cerebral fight. He said, but wouldn't surprise if I got caught up into a brawl. It looks like Pineda is looking for a brawl from the outset. Nice transition to the takedown. He gets it.
You saw the numbers, 21 wins for Daniel Pineda. He has finished all 21 of them, 15 of them by submission. This is exactly where he got Justin Lawrence. He got him up against the fence. And eventually finished him with a Kimura.
Saw some good groundwork in the Corrales fight by Sanchez. I like what I saw from his guard, but a great job by Pineda, passing immediately. Steps back into half guard.
Sanchez, part of that great Duke Rufus camp in Milwaukee. Trying to stay out of early trouble.
Toes out of that cage, I know.
One hook in, there's some unorthodox submissions from here. Goes for the double, and he gets it. Sanchez, big risk, rolls his way out.
Why is that a big risk?
Whenever you make a move like that where you're not defending your neck, a guy has both hooks in, he can choke you out, but it's a big leap to go for that roll. Not surprised, though.
Download the new and improved Bellator MMA mobile app for exclusive videos, fighter stats, upcoming events, and ticket info. You can also become the 4th judge, score every round live with other fans. Available now for iOS and Android. This will be a fun round to judge. We have got some news for you about some upcoming Bellator events in the next couple of months. The Bellator is going to start rolling at a very high rate of speed.
One thing about Sanchez, he sets a very even pace. We saw against Justin Lawrence. Lawrence started out hot, just like Pineda, but Sanchez stayed with it and stayed mentally and physically in the fight. That is key. He doesn't get frustrated easily.
Second straight day, we've seen a tweet from Shaq. You're going to hear this name more than once. 1998, The Rock and Ken Shamrock went at WrestleMania. The Rock is an idol of the variety of fighters that are part of the Bellator roster. When you talk about 305, when you talk about Miami, you're talking about Pitbull territory.
Another beautiful, smooth transition to the takedown by Pineda. Love the way he sets it up. Just tenacious on top. Rolling the half guard.
What we knew in this fight is that Sanchez at some point, and it may be now, is going to get pressured the way he hasn't been pressured before.
One thing about pressure, it's usually a battle of inches. You see Sanchez takes big risks with his position. He turns his back quickly. Wow, beautiful.
Hunting to the
triangle. And then armbar on the way out. Sanchez, like I said, takes big risks to get out of positions. So far, it's worked for him, but what do you say? It works until it doesn't. Heel hook, now a calf slice position. See, the calf is caught. The leg's in between. He's going to try and crank with his hips and put pressure on the calf and the knee of Emmanuel Sanchez. Another very unorthodox position. Something you don't see that often in MMA.
You don't see it very early in fights either.
Yeah, very true. I like the submission confidence of Pineda. He's aggressive, he's going for a lot of things, and Sanchez just trying to kind of weather the storm early in the first round. One thing about having finished all of his opponents, he's not that used to deep water. And that's where Sanchez lives. All of his fights in Bellator so far decisions.
Both want to make a statement in a featherweight division that is changing on the fly. Daniel Strauss and Patricio Pitbull. You saw the name Pat Curran. Emmanuel Sanchez fought on short notice in June. Both trying to make a move. We go to round number 2.
Great, get up on your own power, guys.
I notice that whenever Mercedes and Summer show up, you kind of leave me hanging out.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I never go out anymore. That's how it is. I don't even feel bad.
That you've made perfectly clear. Now, remember the huge leg kick that Emmanuel Sanchez landed on Justin Lawrence? That turned that fight around, and that turned a second round of that fight around that we weren't really sure that he had won.
Yes. Turned out the judges saw it his way. In a sense, Sanchez's weakness is his strength. He sets a pace, and he never deviates from it. He almost depends on his opponent kind of slowing down or giving him an opening. Against Pat Curran, he feels he didn't pull the trigger when he could have. Let's see if he does tonight. But Pineda set a crazy pace in round number 1. Can he keep it? Pineda
rose very quickly. A couple of fights in Bellator. 7 fights in the UFC. He's still looking for his first Bellator win. And after struggling, went back down to Legacy. Here in Texas, he won 3 straight, still just 30 years old. He's already had 3 or 4 lifetimes as a professional. Sanchez really is still on his first.
This is what you look for as a coach. If you're Sanchez's corner, you say, hey, he went like a madman in round number 1. He's slowing down in round number 2. You want to get your guy confident. You hear his corner yelling, he's done, he's out of energy. Look for Sanchez to kind of turn it up and test that.
A cut on the bridge of the nose, I imagine, Jimmy, is worse when you're on the ground.
Yeah, rolls back into your eyes. The blood runs back. Gravity works against you in that sense. Standing up, it's not as big of a deal.
Emmanuel Sanchez promised us he would be more patient. He has been here in round 2. And it's not just patience for Sanchez, it's about how you expend your energy as a younger fighter.
He never sets a pace he can't keep.
Here's a Duke Rufus quote to live by. Fight smarter, not harder. Sanchez with the tie cruncher. Pineda with the level change.
Yes, great timing on that level change. It's hard for Sanchez to see it coming. Looking for a triangle of his own. Pineda beats it with the posture. Don't sleep on Sanchez's ground game. I remember the Corrales fight. Very impressive from his back.
Let's go, guys. Stay busy here.
Download the free Spike app with full episodes of your favorite shows anywhere, anytime for free. Now available on the App Store and Google Play. How will this episode of Bellator MMA be remembered? So much anticipation. And even, Jimmy, talking to these younger fighters, the thrill in their eyes, in their voice, in their words, that they're on the same card as Shamrock and Grace.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that at the weigh-in. I mean, they were acting like kids.
Yes.
Around Hoist and Ken.
I've seen over the last 48 hours here in Houston, a lot of grown men acting like kids at the idea that they're going to get to see Shamrock and Gracie.
That's true. Very true.
You guys stop. Stop. Get up. Get up. 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 Hey. Fight.
This time, Pineda takes the chance.
Ends up paying for it now on the bottom. Nice pass into side control.
Both fighters were reticent to buy into the notion that Pineda and Sanchez were in very similar place 5 years apart. But the reality is there is a mirror image element to this. Pineda has been where Sanchez is now, both in this fight and in his career.
Hard for the knee bar. Pineda not quite having the energy to chase him down and stay on top. That's key. Went for the knee bar, and when he lost it, couldn't keep Sanchez down. That's something you see a lot in the Duke Roufus camp. He's not going to be caught by surprise by a spinning move like that. One thing he's always had in his back pocket is that takedown.
A pretty clear-cut energy change from round 1 to round 2 for Pineda. Sanchez, same round 2 as round 1. So Emmanuel Sanchez trying to find his legs underneath him early in round 1. A very strong round number 2.
Good. All right, guys, round 3. Let's do this.
9-year pro, Emmanuel Pineda, returning to Bellator, looking for his first win in Bellator, trying to make an immediate impact against one of the rising young fighters in Emmanuel Sanchez in the red gloves. Even through 2?
I have it even through 2. It's a Sanchez kind of fight. Started slowly. I thought he took round 2. See what he can do in round 3, because Pineda still has a lot of fight left in him. Leaping over the top. Took a big risk trying to pass there.
That is why Sanchez won round 2.
Exactly. Pineda got the takedown, was on top, but Sanchez just did more damage. In between rounds, all Duke Roufus talked about in the corner was determination, training, endurance, heart.
And what Emmanuel Sanchez told us the other day, not más macho, más inteligente.
Yeah.
Which is often easier said than done. And boys, decent shots getting in. Pineda not even trying to defend.
What it is he doesn't have the energy to move his head and be as dynamic as he was in round number 1. So you can see those punches, but he just doesn't have the energy to get out of the way. Starting to wilt.
Pineda had a very quick start, maybe too quick.
Exactly. The problem with a submission-heavy game, and I'm saying this as a jiu-jitsu guy, is as long as your opponent gets out of all of them, he's still in good shape.
Maybe better shape than you.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay busy here. Stay busy, guys.
If I throw a lot of leg kicks, you can check all of them, your leg is still in trouble. You got a 50 arm bars, you're still feeling okay. Nice right hand.
You can see the physical damage, but you can't always gauge the gas tank. But the signs from Pineda have not been good since the start of round 2.
Now he was ready for that knee bar roll. He felt it coming.
Duke Roufus preparation.
Don't sleep on the ground game of those guys. And Askren, Anthony Pettis, great ground games. Not just a striker's gym.
Pineda almost turned away. Well, Pineda in some trouble here along the fence.
Wounded tiger is dangerous. He's trying to throw back.
Reaction is very slow for Pineda here.
Yep.
Sanchez only has 1 knockout win in his 14 pro fights, and he is being very cautious with the veteran.
You see under duress, Pineda still throwing back. It's almost as though Sanchez knows, I might not get the knockout, but I can outlast you, I can outpressure you. You see how he keeps the pressure on. Doesn't search that hard for the knockout, doesn't look to land that KO punch. He just feels you wear down. That's how he wins.
He's extremely well prepared for everything Pineda has tried. And keep in mind, Pineda has only gone the distance 4 times in 32 professional fights.
This round keeps going the way it has. This whole fight is going to come down to how the judges saw round number 2. Round number 3, clearly for Sanchez.
Sanchez is pounding on that right eye. You see that second cut for Pineda now under the right eye.
Now these scramble positions where Pineda was a half a second ahead in round number 1, he's 2 seconds behind in round number 3. That's the difference. Both hooks in now.
Slow and steady wins the fight.
It's also a submission style like Pineda where he takes a lot of leaps, a lot of risks. He can't afford to be behind. It's not a Royce Gracie slow burn kind of submission style.
Pineda slides in him out, getting mounted by Sanchez, but he fights out of it. Pineda sensing the finish line now. Sanchez did a great job to get in full mount, but Pineda, knowing the clock was winding down, I'm in huge trouble. That right eye's got to be almost useless at this point.
Oh, nice right hand by Sanchez. Oh man, that left eye is a mess.
The home run shot by Pineda misses. And Emmanuel Sanchez is closing in.
This fight on the ground has been won and lost in the scrambles, and it's been Sanchez ahead in the scramble in round number 3.
Every time Emmanuel Sanchez takes another step up in competition, he impresses us that much more. These two promised a show to begin the show, and they delivered. Emmanuel Sanchez, one of the rising young stars in MMA. Did he pull it off? We'll find out next.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go to your 3 cage-side judges. Your first judge, Joshua Ferraro, sees the fight 29-28. He scores it for Pineda. Your second judge, David Bell, scores the fight 29-27. He sees it for Sanchez. Your third and final judge at cage side, Joe Solis, scores the fight 29-28 for the winner by split decision. Emmanuel Sanchez.
Another split decision win for Emmanuel Sanchez, climbing the ladder at 145.
I'm here with your winner, Emmanuel Sanchez. You talked about being more intelligent in this fight, but once again, it came down to hearts, conditioning, guts, your kind of fight.
Yeah, that's what I love to do. You know, I don't know how to split, but, you know, I give Daniel props. Everybody give it up for Daniel! Hometown here, I know you're all behind him, but, you know, I want to be the same myself and be a face for Texas. I love Texas! Texas lindo y querido! Viva Texas!
A crowded division. Every time you move up, you seem to improve the next level. What's next for you?
Whatever the boss says. Thank you very much, Mr. Scott Coker, Rich Chow, for the opportunity. Everyone at Bellator, including yourself. I'm just very happy to be here. Thank you to Clayton, McBride, Mats, Wu-Tang Clan, Corpus Christi in the house, Vedrulay Silva, Master Axe Murderer. I'm just very happy to be here, and toda la gloria, la honra a Dios. Orgullo mexicano, si se puede.
Can't wait to see you again. Emmanuel Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen.
Duke Roufus has done great work with Emmanuel Sanchez. If only we could get him out of his shell. We are just getting started live on Spike.